Have you ever felt like you just can't do another day? Hello, everyone. This is Andrea with Revitalizing Your Health, and today I want to share my story and my journey through depression. Now, I can't remember exactly what year it started, but it came after losing my daughter to SIDS. And then about a year and 4 months later, I had another baby. And then maybe a year after that, I had a miscarriage. And with all those things going on and happening in my life, I know there's a lot of things that go on within the body and the emotions and all those things. I believe that is why one morning I woke up, but I didn't want to get out of bed. And I wished that I hadn't woke up. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You just don't feel like living anymore. I never felt like I wanted to take my life, but I just wished I could go to sleep and not wake up. And when I told my husband how I was feeling, his initial response was anger. He said, "I grew up with a mother with depression, and now my wife is having it." He was not happy, which didn't help me at all. But I have to say, he did the best thing he could do. He called a friend of mine who had also gone through a time of depression. And that friend was what led me in the right direction. So I want to start by saying, I just want to encourage you, if you are struggling with a really deep depression, reach out to someone, a pastor, a friend, a counselor, a doctor, or if you're having any suicidal thoughts, call 911. Reach out to somebody and get help. For me, I was just really struggling. I couldn't see the love of God. I'd grown up a Christian. I had loved the Lord. But at that moment in time, I could not see that He had any love for me, that I was worth anything. And I know that my friend, she gave me a book to read, which was really helpful. But she also did another thing. She gave me a journal. And she recommended that I write down anything that I read that encouraged me, whether it was from the Bible or another book, or maybe something somebody said, so I could get my thoughts in a more positive direction. But I was so down and deep within that depression, I could not see anything that was uplifting. I couldn't see God's love. I couldn't read the promises in the Bible and even see that they were for me. You would think you could read about the prodigal son and how he came home and how the father embraced him, that should give me courage. But even that didn't. I could not see through the darkness. And this went on for quite some time. And finally, May 2 of 2000, I finally wrote the first thing that felt encouraging to me. And this is a really simple thing. It's something that we all know as Christians by heart. And it's John 3:16. And it says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life." And this is what I wrote. This is the first thing that I have been able to read in a long time. The Lord brought this to me, and He loves me. Now, I never wrote in this journal again for almost a year to the day. It was May 5, 2001, when I wrote Psalms 121, verses 1 through 8. "I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore. It doesn't mean that nothing bad will ever happen to us again. But what it does mean is that even in the trials and the struggles that come to us, He will be with us through it. And He can give us peace. A few days later, I found Jeremiah 29:11-14, which says, "For I know the thoughts I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. And I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive." And really, depression is a captivity. You are bound, and God can help us through that. But also there are other people that we need in our lives when we're going through those hard times. A pastor, a counselor. Sometimes it may even require some medication. But seek the help that you need and know that the Lord is there walking with you. There's only one set of footprints in the sand because He is carrying you. I can look back now and I can see how He carried me through there. And some of the things I don't even remember anymore. It's been a lot of years. But I know He was there for me, and He can be there for you as well. And one thing I would encourage you to do is to get a journal. This is one I like now. It says, "Keep growing." And that's what I want to do. I want to keep growing. And when I'm struggling, I want to write it down. And I also want to write down those things that the Lord shows me to help me through the trials and the struggles of whatever comes to me in life. And it is such a blessing when we can get it down on paper, and it helps us to sort our thoughts and just know, whatever you're going through, that God loves you. And I want to share this promise with you also. And it comes from Matthew chapter 10, verses 29-31. "Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows." I just love that. He knows so much about us. He loves us. He cares for us. If He sees the sparrow fall, He sees us, and He is there and He cares. Now, do I ever struggle still with depression? I have to say yes. There are times where I feel that darkness coming on, and I have to resist it. Sometimes there's tears, many times in prayer, and also reading the promises that God has given me, and He helps me through. So I am grateful that when I feel that coming on, I can turn to Him. And I also have this fear of going back to where I was then, and it helps me to push through the moment. But if you need to talk to somebody, make sure you reach out to somebody and talk to them. And make sure you get yourself a journal that you can write down your thoughts, you can write down the promises, you can write down the prayers that God answers for you, so that you can look back and see how He has kept you growing. Now, I will put in my show notes this particular journal in case you have an interest in it. And I have an affiliate link for that, and I will share that with you. But I just want you to know that God cares about you. I care about you even though I don't know you. I understand those feelings of depression, and my heart goes out to you. And if you would like prayer, also in the show notes, there's a spot to go and you can request prayer, and I will pray for you. I pray that my story has been a blessing to you, and that you can know there is light at the end of the tunnel, and the Lord can help you through. And it takes a community of people, and be willing to allow people to be around you and help you through to the other side. And until next time, keep healthy and God bless. If in any way you have been blessed by this video, please share, like, and subscribe to help me grow. And in advance, thank you.